Hi, I'm Angelica Little. I am honored to be with you this afternoon. I would like to ask you how your afternoon is going today.
Good so far.
Okay, now to start. My first question is, did you ever think you would become mayor?
No, I never even wanted to be mayor. I'm a lawyer by trade, so I've been a lawyer for the last 20 years, a trial lawyer. So that just never was on my radar to become mayor.
What changed your mind?
The state of the city. I looked at around in my city and I saw the needs that we had, and I knew what needed to be done, but I wasn't sure if anyone else here who was interested in running could get it done. So I decided to throw my hat.
What was our needs that needed to be done?
Well, we have a lot of needs. We have some public safety issues. The image of our city, whether it's safe or not. We need to build a business tax base up in our city so we can have viable businesses that people want to actually go to and spend their money and have a reason to come to the city of Inkster.
What's your everyday challenge?
Ooh, as a mayor, oh man, is keeping my people together and keeping them informed and moving them, getting them to open their minds about the changes that need to be made.
Okay. What high school did you attend?
Wayne Memorial High School.
How was your grades?
Ooh, I don't remember. Okay, I got in college.
Did you belong to any organization while you were in college?
Oh yeah, several. Black Student Union. We were in just some social groups. I owned my own business while I was in college. I had a couple of we had a t-shirt business, so that's where we made money while we were in college to do some of the things we wanted to do. But I was involved in a lot of different groups.
What can we do to encourage our parents and others in the community?
You get them involved. Get them to come to city council meeting. Get them involved with various organizations that do work in the community. Once you're in, or you buy in, spending time, money, or effort to do something, then you will care about it and you will do more to make it better. So we have to get everybody to buy in. A lot of folks go home, close their doors, and live their lives and don't get involved with the community. But you have to encourage them to get involved and take you along with them because you're young. This community is yours. When I was your age, I was doing community service in the community, cleaning up abandoned houses, buildings, picking up trash because it belonged to me. The community belonged to me. And I was taught that I was responsible for it. And so that's the same thing that you should be learning as well as people my age, your parents, and other folks in the community.
How do you get people involved when the world has changed so much and most people just don't really care?
Well, they should care because everything that happens here affects them if you live here. Your property tax values, if we clean the city up and build a business tax base, your property values go up. So that means your house will be worth more money. That's the way you accumulate wealth yourself, by with the things, the assets you own appreciating. Also, you want to live in a beautiful community that looks good, that's clean, that has all the amenities that you want. So you have to make that happen. You have to do work to bring those type of businesses here and get and support those businesses so they will stay and grow.
What advice would you give teens to vote?
First of all, you have to vote. Get informed on the issues, on who reflects your attitudes and the things that you want to have happen. And you have to make sure you vote and take a couple people with you because it's crucial.
What's your future vision for Inkster City?
Wow, Inkster is going to be the entertainment capital of the Western Wayne suburbs.
How do you plan on decreasing the crime rate in Inkster so much?
As you clean up the city and build the business tax base up, people will want to live here. People want to buy homes here. So some of the folks the criminals and the folks who are staying here now will be pushed out because the values will go up. They won't be able to afford to stay and live here. And we certainly are going to do everything proactively with the police department to help them want to move out and go somewhere else. We want to make it uncomfortable for them to do business here in Inkster as far as the criminals go.
What would you tell us if we wanted to be a mayor? How would we plan that?
Wow. Well, you can go in a lot of different fields with respect to college, a lot of different disciplines. You could learn urban planning. You could obviously go to law school and become a lawyer. You could go to business school and become learn business administration or finance, accounting, any of those things, which will prepare you or give you a base on making day-to-day decisions as being a mayor of the city.
Do you plan on building more schools in Inkster City or no?
Well, that's one vision. We right now I'm in the process of getting the land back where the schools used to sit. I'm getting that back deeded over to the city of Inkster, and that gives us the option to build new schools if we so choose. There's a lot of other charter schools that are coming in the community now. There's 3 new ones opening up next fall alone. So there's schools that are coming in the community, but I'm not sure if we're going to have a public school system just like we had before, because we still have debt that we have to pay off before the state would allow us to establish another public school.
Are you trying to reach the kids or the adults in the community?
Both. We actually just recommissioned the Youth Commission, where Councilman Joel Jones, who's the youngest councilman in the country, is going to be in charge of the Youth Commission and have them play a more active role in the community to let us know what they would like to see in their community.
Would you say Inkster has changed because a lot of Detroit people have came to live here, or it always been a little bit rough?
Well, any community is going to change. People are going to leave and other folks are going to come in. And because of the rebirth of Detroit, a lot of the folks in certain areas of Detroit were pushed out of Detroit, and then they had to go live somewhere. Some of them came to Inkster. And Inkster's always had an edge, but when you bring folks from other communities in here, and if they're involved in criminal activity, that breeds conflict. Conflict brings violence, and that's why you see a lot of reasons for the crimes. A lot of them are drug-related and/or domestic situations. So it's changing, but it's going to change for the better very soon.
How do you see yourself increasing in your job as the mayor?
Increasing with my responsibilities?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there are many right now. And we're in the process now trying to change the charter. Currently, we're a city manager form of government, which means we hire someone to run our day-to-day operations. In many cities around us, we have the mayors run the day-to-day operations. So I'm in the process of trying to get the charter revised so I can run the day-to-day operations versus a city manager instead of a city manager. So that's what I'm doing right now. If that happens, then all the responsibility will be on my plate as far as decisions being made for the city and the citizens.
What do you plan on doing about the abandoned houses, the bad jobs, bad support?
Well, abandoned houses, we have a couple $1 million in federal money to destroy the abandoned houses and bring down the blighted properties in the community. I'm also going to initiate a program where instead of tearing down the houses, which leaves you nothing, we're going to try to give those houses to people for $1 and have them renovate the houses and use the money that we were going to tear down the houses to reimburse them for renovating them. That way the houses can be on the tax roll and the city can collect money for the houses instead of just destroying them and not having anything there for someone to live in.
Explain to us, teens, what a charter is and why is it important?
A charter is like the constitution for a city. It explains how the city is going to operate or govern itself. Who gets to make the decisions? Who gets to appoint people? What boards and commissions you're going to have? What is the duties and responsibilities of the city council versus the mayor versus any other employee in the organization. So that's kind of the blueprint of how you're going to operate.
So as you've been our mayor of Inkster, do we come to you when we have problems if we want that to change?
Sure, you can come to myself or anybody on council. You can come to city council meeting and stand up in front of everybody and express whatever concerns and ask us to do certain things for you because we represent you.
Do you have the final say so if it's going to stop or it's going to stay, or do you have to go to someone else to get that permission?
Well, it depends on what it is. If it's something has to do to the day-to-day operations of the city, some employees of the city have to go to the city manager because he supervises the employees and he runs the day-to-day. If it's something community related or something we have to vote on, then that comes to the council. So there's 7 folks on council and we vote on whatever you want us to do and decide whether the city is going to do it.
Were you in any organization when you were my age in the community?
Well, yes, I was a founding member of Top Teens of America Mission Metro Chapter, which was based in Inkster. And that was a humanitarian organization where we existed to just help the community and make the community a better place. So I was in that from 13 to 18. I actually won a national scholarship to go to college from that organization.
What is your major goal right now to get accomplished?
Get the charter revised. It's never been revised. It's been 51 years. So my goal is if I can do that, we can make history. And then I can take the city from where it's at to where it needs to go.
How long have you been mayor?
5 months.
And are you mayor? How long do you have to be mayor?
It's a 4-year term.
4-year term. Do we have to re-vote for you over, or after the 4 years over?
Yes, once the 4-year term is up, if I choose to run again, then I would have to run. and then against whoever else decides to run.
Right now, do you plan on running again?
My goal is to serve 2 terms.
2 times. Would you recommend someone to raise their child here?
Sure, I mean, I was raised here, so it gave me a great experience. Because I got a chance to see how the streets operate, as well as I had good education, and I made lifelong friends here. So it worked for me. Everybody has to choose what they want for their child. Some people like to shelter their children. I don't want to be sheltered. I want to see exactly what's going on everywhere. Then I can figure out where I fit in at and what I want.
And once again, I'm coming back at you with Angelica Little and the mayor this afternoon. We're speaking for the Inkster Voice.
Thank you.